I cannot tell you that much about the Inquisition, as it was long before my lifetime. But what I do know about it comes from two people tied to me. My old love from another life, Iovara and Theos. Iovara Ix Encios was just one of the many converts to the true faith offered by Theos. When missionaries arrived at her village, their words gave her hope that she would bring to others. Yet a single breach of secrecy in the temple by one of the missionaries revealed the terrible truth to her. After a time spent in despair, Iovara began questioning missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks and gradually taking over their followings. When Inquisitions started to flock to her banner, Theos retaliated in the most terrifying way possible. Fearing that the great plan would be throttled in its infancy, enlisting the aid of realms that accepted his vision of the world and the gods he ushered into the world, he started an Inquisition which would see Iovara and her followers destroyed and all trace of them removed from the annals of history. Peaceful missionaries became fervent inquisitors, rooting out heresy and heathens, burning the infidels on pyres and forcing them to confess. Yet for everyone they killed, another would join Iovara's cause in the last religious war. She sought allies, hoping to build an alliance to counterbalance Theos, and found safe harbor in Cratium, whose powerful ruler could effectively resist the Inquisition. In order to finally destroy Iovara's movement, he sent one of his protégés after her. The orders were clear, to make Iovara move to Ausonius, right into the trap laid by the Inquisition. Ever the optimist, she fell for the notion that Theos was marching armies at Cratium, and that Ausonius would be a safe refuge. Captured and brought to the court of penitents, Iovara suffered terrifying torture at the hands of the Inquisition. Yet despite the terrifying pain and injury, she did not break, remaining defiant to the end. She was imprisoned in the Dark Adra cells in Bryth Eamon, the real court of penitents, deep below the public building erected on what is known in modern times as the Burial Isle. Theos had his victory. The secret remained safe for the next 2 millennia. In time, Theos would see the entire known world converted to the faith, with kith across Eora, praying to the same gods if under different names. To protect their secret and cement belief in the Inquisition gods, Theos destroyed cities, nations, and even entire civilizations. Among his many victims was Colossus, which he plunged into civil war, Desantio, which he seized from a benevolent ruler and handed to a tyrant, and Arborsensis, where he ensured the plague would arrive as surely as the cure didn't. Compared to this litany of atrocities, the recent hollowing of the Durwood was the mere skip of a heartbeat to him. Still in Rimmergan's realm, and I hope this axe isn't trapped.
I've got it.
Oh, picked it up. Huh. Oathbreaker's End. It's a battle axe. About superb level quality. So, I do believe that we should rest because we've taken quite a few injuries, so resting is a little odd. Eat one of their fish that they have. They keep talking about the glacial, you say. Who else is hurt? Yeah. Strange that we are able to rest here. It really is. Okay, well, it works. I hope that our souls aren't being pulled apart more and more the more we rest, the more time we spend here. It's due to traps, actually. Again, I don't know if I was supposed to intervene there to help that woman attack everything.
Will do.
Primal Rock, Spirit Residue. Huh. Well, I don't quite think that the axe is what we came here for, so maybe we should have fought everyone. So strange. So we've been up here. This is where the traps were. Can't seem to go in this temple. Nothing there. Yeah, it seems we missed what we came for. there's another trap down here. This is just what. There's another one here, actually. Just one of those things that can't do.
Yes, a question, Watcher. I'd have thought this would bleed more.
Great. Didn't mean to trigger that. Let's get us all safely across. Huh. Well, let's go back. That didn't seem to accomplish anything. Okay, so if we encounter that again, we will intervene. And hopefully next time I will not be next to all the spirits there. Again.
We gather in the sight of Wotica and Wal to thresh truth from falsehood and see justice upheld.
The voice seems to echo from nowhere in particular, though the figures before me present the tableau of a trial in progress.
The matter before this tribunal tonight: apostasy.
The dagger again warms, oozing its thick ichor. This certainly feels familiar. My words die in the air as if spoken into a blanket. None of the gathered apparitions respond to them in any way. Well, I thought it was funny.
Is he always this way?
The godlike coughs into a closed hand. Edwin pinches the bridge of her nose, slowly shakes her head, and sighs. None of the gathered figures respond. Okay, so how about use the relic to take on the role of the Inquisitor? But I still would be near them all. How about we try this? Let's attack the gathered court. I don't know if this is going to do what I want it to do. Hopefully they're not all very strong. Stay here, Adair.
Just a moment.
Yeah, that's a lot. Maybe I should bring out some friends. Perhaps a bomb would help as well. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna get my swords out and I'm gonna take this Inquisitor down.
I think you got the decency to die.
Adair.
That order's too tall. Time to rethink this strategy.
Adair, use your bomb. It worked so well before. Wow, it did some damage. It didn't do as much as I had hoped. If you're going to use your pillars of fire, now is the time. Ouch.
Time to rethink this stratagem.
Ow. Ouch.
Strange.
We're hurting them, but not quickly enough. Back on my feet. Whatever that's worth.
Up with you.
Ow. Okay. This Inquisitor is nearly dead. And now he's down. At least I didn't take that hit.
No good. No damage.
We've taken some injuries, but we did win. As the last of the figures falls, the gathered energy coalesces into a shimmering mote of spirit stuff. Mote of hostility. I got a mote from the previous one too. Maybe we don't have to fight them all. I'd prefer not to, if that's what we have to go through. I've taken injuries, so has Yidwin, quite a lot. Quite a few. Sure. Another one of these motes of light. Curious, let's go take a look. A beam of light shines down from the sky above, or rather from the vague emptiness that passes for a sky and beyond. Pieces of a broken bridge hover, suspended in an instant before collapse. Look into the light. The source of the illumination is too distant, and the effort of looking hurts my eyes. I suspect the light is something more than it seems, but that could be true of many things in this realm.
Yeah, right away.
Can I? Huh. Well, it is a strange place. Reality doesn't seem to be working.
On it.
Oh well. Can't get to that chest. I don't know what these beams of light mean. Okay, let's rest again. And this time, when we encounter that again, we'll just listen. Fighting just, it's too much on us. Never had to rest so often in my life before coming to Harbinger's Watch. So is that two? That's two of the motes. There's another portal. Let's try this way. Okay, try this again. As I thought, it'd be the same thing. Different crime,
we gather
different...
in the sight of Wodika and Well to thresh truth from falsehood and see justice upheld.
The voice seems to echo from nowhere in particular, though the figures before me present the tableau of a trial in progress.
The matter before this tribunal tonight, identity.
The dagger again warms, oozing its thick ichor.
I've got one of those. Am I in trouble too?
Here we go again.
Clan elders sometimes assign impossible ordeals meant to teach humility. These trials feel much the same.
This place seems a labyrinth of memories. I suspect that we may be nearing its center.
None of the gathered figures respond. Okay, well this time I will use the relic to take on the role of the Inquisitor. At least I'll be able to talk this time. Before me the elf I saw chained above stands bloodied and shackled, her gaze lowered to the stones. You've been charged with crimes against identity. How do you answer?
How can she answer? What does it even mean?
Of this charge, I bear no guilt. I am not but myself. How could I be other?
You could be divided against yourself.
You're suggesting the fragments of her souls are at odds?
Her eyes close, her hands clench.
An interesting hypothesis. And in keeping with the evidence.
Her grin seems almost hungry. Yeah. I wouldn't want to wake up next to her and she's eating me. Feasting on my blood and eating my flesh. She seems very, ew. I don't think she's going to have a happy ending with what she did to herself.
Whatever do you mean?
The others gather spirits restlessly shift behind me. This place is formed of trauma. The trauma of an experienced torturer torturing herself. The accused elf shudders against her shackles, and the other inquisitors hiss. A rising murmur builds among the witnesses.
Enough with this madness!
I can help you escape this place.
The Inquisitor has been turned!
Capture her! She shall pay for her sins!
The scene shimmers and breaks apart around me, leaving behind a pulsing fragment of essence. Mote of conviction. Well, at least I wasn't attacked. I thought I was going to be. Okay, so we came out of the very place where we couldn't go in before. So what does that mean? So I have 3 motes. And each time I've come out. We have to go through the traps area to get back, do we? Or can we not just go through this again? If I can figure out how to make that light work, maybe I can get it to extend the bridge, the broken bridge, but I have no idea how to do that. We have 3 motes. Is that not enough? The spirit remains shackled to the Audra. Her face rises weakly at my approach. Do you remember anything new? The spirit's features twist in thought, then shimmer, growing indistinct. She shakes her head. I provide the spirit a mote of conviction. I add the potent mote of absolute certainty to the shackled soul's essence, and she gasps as if dunked in frigid water. Her eyes slash gray as she strains momentarily against her bonds and droops again.
Do I know you?
The spirit's dark, heavily ringed eyes search me for recognition. You spoke not long ago. You begged for my help.
Before this. Before here.
It's possible. My soul belonged to an Inquisitor's in a past life. The spirit shudders, both in form and in position, and recoils against the Audra.
I see it. The shackles about your soul. They're in you, the gods. And you, their puppet.
One killed me and another brought me back. It's kind of a long story.
Unsurprising. 'Twas always their way. Give and take, kill and save, an unbalanced scale atop the edge of a blade.
Provide the spirit a motive of conviction. I add the potent mote of absolute certainty to the shackled soul's essence, and she gasps as if dunked in frigid water. Her eyes flash gray as she strains momentarily against her bonds, and droops again.
'Tis nonsense, isn't it? Just mad theater.
Worse, these trials were the height of hypocrisy.
Agreed. 'Tis strange. I recall so many trials. An endless parade of the accused. Was it a kind of punishment? Being forced to watch my fellows condemned?
Her features twitch, fragment, and resolve again. So I'll give her the last mote, the mote of hostility. As she absorbs the third ball of essence, the spirit thrashes against her shackles, She cries out, and her bonds flare brightly, limned with violent flames before shattering with a crack like nearby thunder. It's enough to free her. Freed, the spirit takes a halting step forward. Her gaze rises to me. When she speaks, her voice sounds stronger, but also ragged and strained.
I am more myself than I have been in a very long time.
Do you remember who you were?
Almost. Like a word on the tip of the tongue. I have it, but I don't.
She scowls.
I am certain, though, that I knew the Inquisitor well. I think perhaps that I loved her, and that she betrayed me.
That's kind of the ultimate betrayal for one you loved. She looks towards the center of the realm and the structure that dominates it. Okay, well, I'll give you my theory. I'm sorry, but I think you and the Inquisitor may be one and the same. She flickers, her features running momentarily like heavy rain down a slanted roof.
Ridiculous. We are nothing alike. I will lead you to her. She has much to answer for.
Well, it's just one of my theories. Okay. I suppose she wants us to follow her, okay? Prepare for a fight. I have no idea how this is going to go.
The way is open. It pulls me towards it.
Will this be another trial? Yes. Well, no. It's different. There's no one under trial at the moment. The Inquisitor, flanked by reflections of herself, greets my entrance with a cold stare. Entropic spirit energy swirls about her.
Inquisitor! You abandoned your sacred charge. You made a sacrifice of order on the altar of orthodoxy.
Her eyes flash gray like cold steel.
You've come to end me, then? To consign these lands to chaos?
'Tis a certainty that I have lost. It fled me. I think each memory restored, providing it another egress.
The Inquisitor again nods. The two of you can still reconcile. You're more alike than not.
How? It seems impossible. In that, at least, we are in accord.
Leather squeaks as the Inquisitor's hands clench into tight little fists. Remember that you're not only the worst things you've done, but the best as well.
And all that in between.
Were that it's so easily accomplished.
She turns to Naxiva, I guess the Inquisitor.
What say you, Inquisitor? Is there aught to be salvaged between these two sad souls?
Naxiva grimaces, her lips twitching at the corner as her focus shifts from me to the apparition at my side and back again. In resisting her, you only resist yourself. The Inquisitor's mask tilts towards the roof of the chamber as if she's looking to the gods for her answer.
I've certainly been responsible for worse decisions.
The apparition smiles, even as it begins to unravel at the edges. As the Inquisitor fades, the other entities in the hall screech as if in pain. They advance upon me. Us? Well, there's just 4 of them this time. But I don't know if they are. Strangle Convict, Strangle Cypher, Warden of Decay. Well, it looks like the accused is with us. She doesn't even know her name. Alright, so, me. Since there's just two...
Glory!
Yeah, I didn't really want to be the one to come and face all this. So...
Time to rethink this stratagem.
Yeah, I'm not in a good position at all. Just a cipher. I'm not a warrior with a shield.
Time to rethink this stratagem.
Ouch.
Fight's not over yet.
Okay.
Demon's down. Die already.
Ouch. I'm so tired of getting hurt all the time.
Fight's not over yet. Lost the lad. I can't feel. We're dropping like flies. Sweet redemption. Time to separate the chaff. Oh, good.
Die already.
Fight's not over yet.
Ouch. Again, the third time.
Temporary setback.
Right on target.
Anna.
I think I'll use my bow.
Time to rethink this stratagem.
I hope that helped, accused one. The woman before me holds herself with a combined confidence and humility, her countenance only slightly less inscrutable than an Inquisitor's mask. But then she smiles. It's a small expression, hardly present, but recognizable all the same.
I appreciate your efforts here. I do not fully understand them, but I can appreciate them.
Are you complete then?
I think not. I feel hollow. Flat somehow. Perhaps I am now all that remains of me. But 'tis enough.
She peers at her palms as she answers. The things I saw during the trial, were they real?
To you and me, to us, Yes. Were they reflective of historical fact? Of that, I am unsure.
You don't know.
Imagine a nightmare from which you cannot wake. Imagine that it holds you captive for 1,000 years. After you woke, would you be so certain of which horrors had occurred before you slept and which had not?
I suppose so. You're holding on to a dead dream. Engwith is long gone.
Were that it not so. I believe we represented this world's best chance for lasting peace. For enlightenment.
You mean with creation of the gods? Well, look how that turned out. I need your help.
I certainly owe you a boon. How might I balance the scales?
Help me slay an ancient dragon.
'Twill be done. I shall render you whatever aid I am able.
The apparition shimmers and falls apart as what remains of Naxiva Ix Carent joins itself to me. Well, that's strange. It's all strange. Everything since we've come to Harbinger's Watch. But it just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I guess we're out. Back into the main area. Well, it's a little bit warmer here. I think this is a good place to rest. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.